Prince Andrew is reportedly lobbying the King to allow his younger daughter, Princess Eugenie, to take over the Sussexes' old home. Why is Eugenie so keen on moving into Frogmore Cottage?
Yeah, this is a really interesting update. Of course, Frogmore Cottage is Meghan and Harry's old home. They received it as a wedding gift from Queen Elizabeth. They spent several £million renovating it, but ultimately they only ended up staying there for about 6 months before they left for America anyway. So it's basically this newly renovated, pretty prime piece of real estate in Windsor Great Park. Reportedly, Charles earlier this year was lobbying Andrew and Fergie to move out of Royal Lodge and into Frogmore. Andrew didn't want it for himself, but it's understood now that he does want to possibly convince Charles to give the home to Eugenie. So at the moment, Eugenie and her family are living in Kensington Palace. They're in Ivy Cottage. It sounds small, but I'm sure it's again, quite a significant royal residence. But it would make sense. I think this report does have weight because we know that Andrew and Fergie are determined to stay put at Royal Lodge in Windsor Great Park. And I think if they have their daughter and their 2 grandchildren from Eugenie's marriage, I think that just sort of solidifies their position in Windsor. So I do think that this is probably part of the strategy of Andrew and Fergie to really put down roots in Windsor Great Park. Okay.
Zara Tindall's husband, Mike, has sat down for a rare interview where he was asked directly about marrying into the royal family and the Sussexes. What did Mike have to say about Meghan's good friend, Omid Scobie?
Yeah, I love Mike Tindall. He's such a popular member of the royal family. Of course, he is the husband of Zara Tindall, Princess Anne's only daughter. They're just great, down-to-earth people. They totally get it. They understand the role. They understand being in the royal family, being discreet, but also being, relatable and being normal people. And I think that this interview, he sat down for the Times. Mike obviously is a retired rugby great. He was part of the English team that won the World Cup back in Australia. I think it was in 2003. Harry was actually at that. Prince Harry was at that final, and so was Zara, and that's when they met. So that's a fun little link to Australia. But this interview was really funny. It just showed Mike's personality. He was asked directly about marrying into the royal family. I think it was the journalist's way of sort of asking what he thinks about Meghan Markle and Harry's sort of complaints. And he basically said, look, marrying into the royal family was fine. I was nice to them. They were nice to me. It was a very it was a veiled comment, but you can kind of imply from that a little bit maybe what he's getting at with Meghan and Harry. But the other big thing was he was asked about Omid Scobie. Omid Scobie, of course, is the royal author who is a big sort of supporter of Meghan and Harry, and he has been critical of Mike. He said that Mike was being hypocritical by going on reality shows, but I think the difference is obviously Mike is supportive of the monarchy.
Absolutely. Respectful as well.
Yeah, I know that's kind of the crucial difference. But Mike said, look, he basically said that this is someone that has nothing better to do than bag people, and he doesn't really pay it much mind. So yeah,
we love him. Well, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good story. Look, Princess Catherine is back to her old self. Was recently spotted cheering on her son Louis at a football game. What was the reaction from other parents?
Yeah, well, again, this is Kate getting back to her normal life. She's a busy mum of 3. Her priority has absolutely always been her children, and it was, really a nice report to hear that she was able to get back to that normalcy and support her kids in their activities. Apparently, all of the Wales kids are sports mad. They love football. We know George is a huge fan, William's a huge fan, and Louis is a huge fan. And reportedly, the parents were there. They confirmed that she was there. But what I love about the UK, and I think about how they treat their royals, is that they're respectful. She's in a public place and she's cheering on her son at a football match. But I think that, the attitude is that, kind of let her live. I think people really give her that space, and I'm sure she appreciates it.
Absolutely. Reilly Sullivan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.